Good morning, world. Day 14. Here we go. I am still waking up super hungry. Day 13, I woke up with a ton of different pains. And now, day 14, I was more tempted yesterday than I ever was before. And now I'm waking up with, the same temptations and the same just stomach pains. But even through the pains, I started my morning just praying, asking for strength and asking for, protection and continuing to keep me safe and guide me through this fast. And a lot of individuals told me during their fasts, they had so much more mental clarity and they had so many more breakthroughs and could just hear God talking to them way more. And up until this point, I didn't really believe it. But this morning, I felt like getting like different answers, like that weren't from myself or that things were some of the things that I was struggling with. And so even through the pain and even through, the temptations, when you turn upwards, you start being able to see some of those answers and you start knowing that you're going to be okay and that, you're turning to the spirit instead of the flesh. And it's a good reassurance. It's nice. I don't know. It was a good morning. So, all right, I'm going to start weighing myself and continue to kick it off, though. So, all right, always looking upwards, starting the day. Best way to go. All right, morning. Weigh-in time. Here we go. Every morning we weigh-in time. Good. It's really interesting. Day 12, I was 187.4. Day 13, I somehow went to 189.8, but I did drink 2 or 3 glasses of water before I jumped on the scale. So I figured that was where the 2 pounds came from. But now today I'm 187.8. So I'm still 0.4 above what I was on day 12. So I must be plateauing or I don't know. Yeah, write in the comments what in the world is going on or how. Yeah, so this is my weight right here. I'm going to show you. All right, this is 187.8. I feel like I'm losing a little bit of definition. Maybe it's tapping in a little more to the muscles. But definitely you can see my stomach eroding. That's fully popped out. All right, before I start my BMWs, breathing, meditation, writing scriptures, scriptures going into my writing, I'm going to have another hydrate pack, another pack of electrolytes to be able to keep my body going and keep my muscles decently protected. So heck yeah. All right, I'm gonna do that and then I'm gonna get into my routines. So here we go. The little packet that I started introducing on day 9 after I dropped 20 some pounds. So yeah, here we go. All right, so once again I'm going to start with the Wim Hof breathing. They actually changed their app quite a bit because I did way back in February. I did the fundamentals of Wim Hof, and then I went to Poland where I got to do the winter expedition and learn all things cold plunges, cold exposure. And I've been doing my best now to be able to continue to keep up with the breathing, the cold showers. When you go to the app, it has the breathing exercises, and you can just choose guided breathing. And you choose how many rounds, whether you want to do 1 round of 30, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, or however many, 25, 30, 35. And I really love doing the 3 rounds of 30. Because that's where I just really feel amazing. So I'm going to start that again and then just keep that going. So.
Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Just go with the flow of the breath. No pause between inhalation and exhalation.
So each round was lasting 5 minutes and 30 seconds, and a big part, so like 16 minutes and a half to be able to go through, 3 full rounds. And a big part of that was my retention rounds, where you breathe out and you hold as long as you can in between your 30 breaths. The last round I got up to 2 minutes and 3 seconds. Before that I was at 2 minutes and 20, and then I went to 2:30, and then I was at 2:50. So the longer your retentions get is the longer time you'll spend. But I mean, I just did almost 3 minutes, and it was still just on average 16 minutes or so, which, yeah, like I said, taking 15 to 16 minutes a day to be able to start that morning. Even doing it in bed, you can do it right away when you first wake up, before anything else, or before you go to bed. Just any time is perfect. So, yeah, breathing, Wim Hof way. So throughout my meditations, I've really been giving up a lot of all my doubts, worries, thoughts, questions, all these things. I just take that time to be able to sit and just put them in the air, put them up to God, and just ask for clearance, guidance, direction, and to continue to be able to help guide and direct me where I'm supposed to be. When it comes to any meditations, whether you're sending it up to the universe, whether you believe in manifestation, whether you believe in all these different things, I feel, because that was one big thing that I was into, was manifestation and manifesting your future. And the thing I learned about manifestation is we are the ones taking control of that. We are the ones saying, universe, bring this to me. I am willing this. I am controlling this. I am commanding this. And we're turning away from God, and we're not going directly through Him to be able to ask what His will is, what His direction, where He sees us being. And we can get all of these worldly possessions. We can get all of these worldly things provided or given to us through these different sources or means. But that might not be guiding us on the path or the direction or that purpose that we're meant to be. And we see so many people that are bringing all these things into their lives, that get all these accomplishments, accolades, and then all of a sudden they're still feeling empty, or they're still feeling lost. And that's when we follow our own desires, and we're doing our own asking and our own things versus putting it upwards. And all these things that I've been just learning and kind of taking in day to day, and just, really trying to be able to practice and continue to learn myself. So I choose in my meditations, and I choose when I'm putting myself out there, to be able to turn upwards and to be able to ask, what is your direction? What is your path? What is your guidance for me? Instead of taking that and trying to put that upon myself. So, yeah, there we go. Man, so I love these moments, these God moments that continue to just keep lining up and happening. But yeah, I was just in the last video, when it comes to meditations, I was talking about sending up your doubts, worries, fears, everything to God. And now Isaiah 43 verse 1 reads, "Do not fear, for I have redeemed you. I have summoned you by name, and you are mine." And for that to be the Bible verse for the day, and I just opened it, the last video right after my meditations, and it lines up with what I was just saying in regards to putting our fears and taking all that worry and taking all that doubt, and knowing that we have Him to turn to, and that we can send things up, and He's got our back, which is yeah, one of the most powerful things you can feel. So, all right, I really like this verse, or I like how this is written. It says, when God says, do not fear, he does not ignore the challenges you face. He is acknowledging the reality of fear and offering comfort in his presence. Fear often arises from feeling alone or uncertain, but God's promise is clear. He has called us by name, and we belong to him. We are his no matter what we face. I really like that. So I just wanted to be able to share that quick. I like it's a good way to kick off the morning. I honestly just getting back into devotionals, getting back putting my worries, my doubts, my fears not in myself, but tossing them up. It's yeah, it's way more peaceful, way more comforting, and this journey of peace has brought me full circle back to this moment of just being here. So it's pretty amazing. Yeah. All right. So what we're going to be journaling or writing about today, it says, "Look to the Lord and His strength. Seek His face always." Psalms 105:4. In what ways do you need God to show up today? Talk to God about what you need and try adding those things to your prayer list. So I'm going to be adding them into my writing for today, and that's what I'm going to be focused and thinking about, and just asking for those things, which I mean, it's pretty wild too, because I was just talking about the differences between manifestation versus turning to God, and how we often try to be able to manifest these things for our own desires, our own self will, our nature, and we're putting it on us versus turning to God. And this scripture is, in what ways do you need God to show up today? So I don't know any correlation or not, but I still feel that's pretty cool. So yeah. And like I just said, the next verse this is what it says: anyone who chooses to do the will of God will find out whether my teachings come from God or whether I speak on my own. Reread this passage slowly, paying attention to every word. As you do, consider asking God to align your will with His. So that all goes into what I just said prior to, which, yeah, that reassures or realigns with like the differences between the two things. So kind of crazy how these things, when you turn in and you see some of these answers, or you see some of these things just written out from thousands and thousands of years ago, and yet it still rings true to everything yet today. So wow. All right. So the writing prompt for today was, what do I need from God? Turn up and ask God, what are your needs? Where do you feel like you're struggling? Where do we feel like we're lacking? What do we feel like we can turn upwards and be able to ask Him? So that is what I'm going to be writing about and trying to get into. So yeah. All right. I had just written down, God, I ask for continued guidance, understanding, and help with my next stage or chapter in my life. Where do you want me and what do you see? I ask for my clarity and to have my skepticism broke. Um, yeah, praying for a lot of different things, including just family and health and healing, and yeah, just being able to show some guidance and some direction. So that's what I'm kind of seeking, along with some other stuff that will be in there for me. So there we go. Yeah, scripturing and writing always feels good. I am feeling like doing some grounding today. Just getting out, touching your feet to the earth, and just being one. Man, everything is so wet. It has been raining so many days in a row. I wanted to split up the wood, but it's going to be so wet. It'll be hard to kind of split through, but maybe today I'll try a few logs, and then maybe tonight, if it's really, really nice, I'm going to start a fire out here, or try to. So, yeah, got all this wood over here. We're going to get split up and try to possibly, I doubt it's going to start. It would take forever with how wet it's been out here and how much rain we've got, but we'll see. So, here's to grounding, getting your feet, getting the feet in the ground and just walking and letting your body discharge all that energy into the earth. It's finally a beautiful, beautiful day, this Sunday. So I am set up back outside. Oh, and it feels so good. Still crushing it up, rocking it out, and just always getting stuff done, always creating. So, heck yeah, my view for the day. Oh, you ready? Look at that. Oh, so good. Yes. Day 14, crushing it up. Here we go. Oh, it is such a beautiful day. Finally, finally, finally. No rain. Sun is out. Get to do some yard work. Get to do a bunch of stuff. So, heck yeah. Starting with this big old tree pile over here. This tree we cut down. All right, got quite a few piles going here. This is all really, really wet still. So, got the first base going, and now you can see I'm throwing on the cold and the wet stuff. So, it's going to take a bit longer to burn, but got plenty of daytime and still not night yet. So, here we go. Oh, yeah, first pile gone. Now the fire is roaring to life. There's nothing stopping that one. So, we'll be up for a while watching this until it goes out. But I am. Whew, yeah. All right, cutting, burning, hauling, loading. I need more water. Definitely more water. Feeling lightheaded. So, 40-day fast. Getting to spend the time outside. So awesome. All right, this is what I was hoping for the whole time. Being up north was being able to come outside and just enjoy every bit of outside without the rain or anything else. So, yeah, day one of fire. Here we go. Many, many more to come. Such an absolutely perfect night. Could not have been any better to be able to have a fire. The stars are slowly starting to come out. I just watched one pop right out right when I was looking in the area. But the rest of them are slowly starting to come out little by little. Oh, I don't even know if you can all see. There's, oh, you saw the moon. Look at that. Oh, man. Gorgeous night. There it is, the moon high above. Right there. I'm going to sit out here until I pass out, probably. But, yeah, this turned out to be an absolutely perfect night. So, all right, y'all. Have a good rest of the night.